request both panelists to make expansive introductory remarks to get the ball rolling, and then we will limit the debate part to just 2 questions each. Thank you.
Yeah, so good afternoon, good evening. Always difficult, like somebody said, after lunch, waiting for a tea break. But we'll not make it, we'll not kind of procrastinate much. So I think the context is vaulting infrastructure and, how we see that aligned in the coming times. So I think it's important to mention that it's very much market driven. Brings as a company, thank you. So Brings as a company has always made sure that wherever the market is, wherever the demand is, we are present. We do business in India for over 41 years. And, we continue to grow. In fact, I must mention that in the peak of the pandemic, we invested in new vaults, and which are state-of-the-art, best-in-class in India. And we will continue to do so. And I think I take this opportunity to thank IGPC, IIMA Ahmedabad, Professor Sahai, and everybody in his team for inviting us and for having me here. So thank you very much.
Good evening. I think everybody wants tea, and definitely I also want. Everybody is feeling sleepy. So let us do it a little quickly. I don't think I have to talk much about myself. Everybody here knows, but for the sake of if somebody is not aware, SQL has the largest network of vault. When I say largest, in terms of more number of locations and the size also. So and the vaults are second to none globally, and this is what our insurers have said. This is what our clients, overseas clients have said. So this is what is the strength of us, and we are growing. I think we are growing at the rate of 40 to 50% year on year, whether it's infrastructure or on the business. So I don't think I have to say anything beyond. That's what it is.
Thank you for your opening remarks. If you could give us a sense of how prepared we are in terms of infrastructure to deliver gold across India, that would be of excitement to the whole community. Sorry? Yes.
Yeah, so if I may take that question, myself means my company Brings, we are present in GIFT City as a vault manager for the India International Bullion Exchange, and so is SQL. And of course, the idea is to have more delivery centers across the country. That's on the International Bullion Exchange side. We are working very closely with IFSCA, the main regulator, as well as we have close communication with the IIBX. On the domestic spot exchange that we had a discussion just before this, we are spread across the country. So we are also SEBI registered, as a matter of fact, and in terms of presence, I think we are pretty much there. And across most states, wherever we see business or there is potential for the vaulting infrastructure or need of the market. And that being said, and as I said before, that we will continue to expand, and we are doing that as we speak. So yeah, so I think we are pretty much up for it. Thank you.
As a follow-up, I just wanted to get back to Mr. Sharad on, we had quite a spirited discussion on the viability of the exchange. Do you see the setting up of a spot exchange, improving the efficiency of the delivery system, or the existing system is something which is well geared up to, and probably we can't really have marginal efficiencies?
See, coming to the deliveries of the bullion in a small quantity, small sizes, I'll put it, when we are talking about 1 gram delivery and all this, uh, across the country, across the length and breadth of the country, which we are already doing it. Like we are delivering 1 gram gold coins across the length and breadth of the country. If I tell you some of the locations which are fairly difficult and tough locations, like we deliver in Srinagar, where even a courier doesn't go and deliver an envelope. We have a branch in Srinagar. Similarly, if you see in the northeast, we have a branch in Jorhat, where probably not many people go. We have a branch in Port Blair. There again nobody goes. So we, across the length and breadth of the country, we have the facility to deliver small ticket coins to the consumer, those who have invested into EGR. Yes, we can deliver across the country. We have 100 branches, and through these 100 branches, we deliver to over 400, 500 locations. So delivery across the country, I don't think it's going to be a challenge for the spot exchange at all.
Are the vaults really sort of geared up to deliver metal in something like half an hour after the trade? Is that the...
Yes, yes, we are geared up to deliver in less than half an hour also, and we are doing it as of today also.
Is there any technological challenges or bridges that are required to
See,
reach
we
that
are
far?
we are a technology-driven company. Okay, we have invested very heavily into technology. In fact, I think some of the people, those who have seen our vaults and our vehicles, we have shown our technological power. And the kind of money we have invested into technology, we are at least 25 years ahead of somebody next to us. Okay, so those challenges we don't face, and our headquarters is in Bangalore. What better place you can have than Bangalore for a technology?
Mr. Sampi?
And this is all in-house, locally developed proprietary technology.
You have anything to add to this?
Yes, we have about we have a tech center of our own where we have 30 technicians sitting and developing the applications for us.
Given the fact that the whole gold ecosystem is in India is at the threshold of a change, what are the kind of investment opportunities in this field, in the custodian business and so on? If you can give some light on that.
So yeah, I think it's an interesting question which has come before, especially with some of our customers, So as we see it, the custody business is a different kind of business. Obviously, SEBI over the last 2.5 years has issued custody license to many more compared to what it was about 3 years back. But that business is different, and we see more and more players are coming. As vaulting service providers, we see ourselves as a neutral entity, and we are willing to work with any new custodian who comes up, whether it is gold ETF or silver ETF. In fact, I would like to take this opportunity to share with this August gathering that if not the entire, but yeah, at least maybe 95% plus of the ETF business Brinks already does today in the country, and this continues to grow, and we have seen this growth from last year, especially the silver ETF, and we see this growing further. So in terms of investments, if there are other stakeholders in the market who are trying to get into this business, we would be happy to support. In fact, we would want more centers to come. Today it is concentrated only in Mumbai and Ahmedabad, especially the ETF product and the custody business. But yes, since we have the infrastructure across the country, if there's a need for it, I think we are ready.
Thank you, Sampit and Sharad, for laying out the preparedness of the of their organizations and covering the whole geography of the country, technologically upgraded, cost effective and so on. So given that reassurance about their willingness and preparedness to serve the gold market. Let's open the debate to the audience.
So, quick question. The previous session was about the spot exchange, domestic spot exchange, and the international bullion exchange, which is the spot exchange in the international market. Now, from a vaulting perspective, if the international bullion exchange also has these areas in different parts of the country, customs bonded warehouse equivalent, where there is a vault, and you also have another domestic area vault. What are some of the logistics of moving the metal from one to the other? How much time does it take? What are the transaction costs between the two? If you can just shed some light on that.
Yeah, so I think primarily one difference that is there between the India International Bullion Exchange and the SEBI regulated gold spot exchange for the domestic market is the IIBX is, as of now, as per the regulations, is in an SEZ. That's a free zone model. Importer, the qualified importer becomes, the jeweler becomes the importer. Depending on where these free zones are and where the deliveries are required, I think a 24-hour lead time for delivery. If I'm talking about just an example, say from GIFT City to Chennai, gold is the max. When I'm talking 24 hours, it's a door. It's up to door, which means this involves the entire arrangement with the airline, the checks, the vaulting, because it may not be the entire quantity which needs to be delivered, could be partial deliveries which we usually see. So all of this, I think, can happen within 24 hours from one part of the country to the other. That's the maximum lead time in terms of a different city that we see. If
And what if there is a SEZ equivalent space in Chennai where Brinks also has a vault, and which is linked to GIFT City and IIBS, and there is a separate area where there is another vault in the domestic space in Chennai?
So,
The transaction is happening on the exchange in GIFT City, but the movement of the metal is in Chennai.
maybe 2 hours. I mean, I think this brings a larger discussion on the fungibility and so on and so forth, but I will not get into that at the moment. Yeah? Thank you.
So, just to both of you, so actually what we take out is that we have enough vaulting and logistics capacity for exchanges to function. Is that a fair conclusion?
Yes, it is more than enough capacity is built in India, and I don't think there is going to be any shortage on the vaulting capacity.
And the second question, obviously, follow on is, and it is at a reasonable cost. It is not like it is going to throw the economics completely out of bounds. I don't know about insurance. Insurance will come back later, but generally the cost of moving.
No, if you see
Internationally, is it comparable, or is it because of our...
we in India can provide the vaulting facility at a fraction of a cost of globally what could be there in London or anywhere in Switzerland or anywhere else. Because the real estate prices in India are far, far lower. The manpower costs are far, far lower. So it is very much possible to provide it at least less than half of the.
It is just that the insurers are not here, so we need to probably check
No,
with
the
them.
insurance also may not be a problem because the insurance is definitely placed in the global market, and these insurances are at par with any insurances available in the global market. So in no way it is different than what you have it, say, in London or Switzerland or anywhere else.
Thank you, Sampit, and thank you, Sharad, for allowing us to peep into the vault. Thank you.
And thank you, Professor Joshi. I would request Professor Sahai to please present the mementos to our panelists, and those from the Theme 1 workshop, if they are around, please also come to the stage for the mementos. Memento. Yes. Thank you very much. We now have a short tea break in the adjacent room, after which we will begin our next session in 10 minutes at 4:40. Thank you.